Have you read the new pages I gave you from page 8 to page 13, Amma? If you have, I bet you can tell what happened. Let's see what actually happened after Harriet brought Little Red to the hen house. Every day, Harriet only saw one egg in Big White's nest, but 2 eggs in Little Red's nest. Harriet was happy with Little Red. She said Little Red was the best. Big White was jealous of Little Red. One day, when Little Red was not in her nest, Big White tapped on Little Red's eggs with a sharp beak. Little Red's eggs cracked, and there was a big mess in Little Red's nest. When Harriet came to the hen house and saw the big mess, she stamped her foot. She was angry with Little Red for breaking her eggs. Big White was happy to hear Harriet scolding Little Red. Because Big White cracked Little Red's eggs every day, Harriet was angry with Little Red every day too. I hope you can now tell the whole of part 2 yourself. Go back to the first picture. Using all the words you can see, start telling what happened. Do the same with the other 2 pictures. Great! We've finished talking about what happened. Now, I have 10 questions for you to answer, Amma. Read each question with me, pause the video and answer it. Remember to answer the questions in full sentences. Question 1. How many eggs did Harriet see in Big White's nest every day? Question 2. Did Harriet see 2 eggs in Little Red's nest? Question 3. Who was Harriet happy with? Big White or Little Red? Question 4. Was Big White happy with Little Red? Question 5. What did Big White do to Little Red's eggs? Question 6. Did Big White crack Little Red's eggs with her sharp beak? Question 7. Whose nest was messy? Big White's nest or Little Red's nest? Question 8. Why was Harriet angry with Little Red? Question 9. Was Big White happy to hear Harriet angry with Little Red? Question 10. Who broke Little Red's eggs? Big White or Little Red? For today's lesson, we will try to finish the remaining pages of the story Big White and Little Red Hen. Before we start, I'm sure you have already got the pages ready so that we can read together. Make sure you get the right pages. In case you're not sure, we're going to read from page 14 until page 23. As usual, I'll read each page. You can choose to read along with me, or you can read after I have read each page. The next day, Little Red wouldn't get off her nest. Big White got tired of waiting, so she went out into the yard. Little Red had almost fallen asleep on her eggs when she heard a noise, a digging noise. She peeked out of her nest, and there she saw a fox coming into the hen house. The fox could smell eggs. He loved eggs, and he was hungry. He went sniff, sniff, sniff right up to Big White's nest. His teeth went tap on Big White's egg. It was a big egg, a very big egg. It was the biggest egg that Big White had ever laid. The egg went crack, 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 crunch, and ooh, there was a mess, an icky, sticky mess, an ooey, gooey, icky, sticky mess in Big White's nest. Little Red flew out of the nest. She flapped her wings. She went cluck, 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 cluck. She chased the fox around and around the hen house. The big black spider went drum, drum, drum with his long spider legs. There was so much noise, Harriet came running. Big White came running, and the fox, who was very scared, squeezed under the wall and ran away as fast as he could. Big White's nest was such a mess. Harriet had to throw it away. "Poor Big White," said Harriet. "You have no nest now." But Little Red got into her nest and moved over. "Look at that," said Harriet. "Little Red is saying you can share her nest." Harriet stroked Little Red's feathers. "You are brave and kind, Little Red," she said, and Big White went cluck, cluck, cluck very loudly. So Big White and Little Red shared the same nest. The fox never came back. He was too scared of Little Red. But the big black spider in the corner of the hen house made a big web just in case. And one day, when Harriet looked in the nest, there were 4 eggs. She clapped her hands. She did a jiggle and a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. "4 eggs," said Harriet. "4 eggs in the nest. You are both the best." Remember to practice reading from today's pages too, all right? Remember the tongue twister? I wonder if you have memorized it. Let's do it together. I feel a funny feel. A funny feel, I feel. If you feel the feel I feel, a funny feel you feel. This is fun, isn't it? Let's do it again. I feel a funny feel. A funny feel I feel. If you feel the feel I feel, a funny feel you feel. There you go, Amar. I hope you had fun learning all the things I included in today's video. Have a good weekend and au revoir.